Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. Senator Ping Lacson and Senate President Tito Sotto have officially launched their tandem for the 2022 elections. In an online live stream event, the senators officially announced their candidacy with the banner "Ito ang Simula." Senator Ping Lacson, who is eyeing to run for president, says their tandem aims to draw a roadmap or master plan to lead the nation to progress. Lacson stressed that the Philippines cannot afford to choose the wrong direction in charting the nation's course over the next 6 years. The COMELEC begins today its test run for a platform that will allow Filipinos overseas to vote online. Joining us live from Malabon is Jen Calimon to give us more details on this. Good afternoon, Jen. Do we know about the features so far and how this can be accessed?
Yes, Charles, over 600 registered voters have signed up to participate in today's test run. This platform gives our kababayans abroad to vote using their smartphones or desktop computers or laptops. So for those who were able to register last July, there are 3 ways for them to cast their votes during this test run. First is by downloading a mobile app for their smartphones. Second is through web browsing. And last is through in-person with the help of eligible COMELEC officers for this test run. If a voter is using a smartphone, they must first download VOAT's app via Google Play or App Store. They need to input their mobile number and email address used when they register for this test run, after which they will receive an SMS for verification. Once they have encoded the number for verification, they have to agree with the terms of service of using the app. Then once signed in, they need to scan any valid government-issued ID and take a photo of themselves for verification. Once verified by the system, the voter may now cast their votes. Then after voting, they will receive an acknowledgement receipt or confirmation about the process on their emails. This process, Charles, is also the same when using web browser. Charles?
Right. Interesting use of technology, perhaps to improve our election landscape here in the Philippines. But can you tell us more about the tech providers who are involved in this initiative, Jen?
Yes, Charles. There are actually 3 tech providers who are tapped for this initiative. For today's run, it will be headed by tech provider VOATS, a US-based for-profit private mobile election voting application. And the COMELEC also tapped Indra Sistemas, an IT company that has served elections in Europe, and also Smartmatic, who will also be conducting test runs in the coming months. Charles?
Right, Jen, I don't suppose this platform can be available for use in the 2022 elections, no? It's cutting it too close.
Yes, Charles. Under Republic Act 9189 or the Overseas Voting Act, COMELEC is only allowed to explore internet-based technology for overseas voting. But Commissioner Rowena Guanzon clarifies that this internet voting will not be used in the upcoming 2022 national and local elections because we need a law for that. This initiative, Charles, of the COMELEC is only a preparation for the possible use of internet voting abroad once there is a law to do this during the 2025 elections. Charles?
Right, so there is enabling legislation that is required. Could you explain in further detail the process that needs to happen before this can become an official voting method in the next election, 2025?
You're right, Charles. According to Commissioner Guanzon, if she finds that this internet voting is secured, accessible, and cost-efficient, she may recommend to the COMELEC and bank to urge the Senate here in the Philippines during the elections in 2025. Charles?
Thanks for those updates, Jen. That was Jen Calimon reporting live from Malabon. President Duterte has admitted that the mandatory use of face shields was his call. In his address earlier this morning, Duterte explained that he had agreed to no longer require face shields in June of this year when he observed that no other country uses them. But he recanted the face shield policy because he says he was afraid of the highly infectious Delta variant. The public has repeatedly criticized the government for requiring face shields in light of its inconveniences and the lack of scientific evidence of its necessity. The president claimed that he acted in good faith.
Noon sabi ko na tanggalin na ninyo ng face shields kasi binabasa ko naman ng ano sa Amerika at lahat. Wala namang face shields. Sabi ko na pwede na siguro tanggalin yan. Pero nung dumating itong variant na Delta, natakot ako. Yun, mali ko yun. It was my call.
President Duterte accused senators of politicking as they investigate supposed irregularities involving the procurement of medical supplies. In his address that aired this morning, the president chided the Senate again for conducting a blue ribbon committee probe into the alleged corruption involving the health and budget departments. Duterte said the senators were only looking for ways to evoke the public's anger against him, and in the Senate probe, Pharmally Pharmaceutical Corporation, whose executives have ties with the president and his longtime aide, Senator Bongo, was found to have been awarded favorable contracts despite supposed overpricing, among other irregularities.
Itong sa Blue Ribbon Committee, sa totoo lang, yung ginagawa ninyo ngayon sa administrasyon is really politicking. I don't know, maybe, ewan ko ba, but baka wala na silang ma-display na magawa nila, kaya naghanap na lang na ikagagalit ng tao sa akin.
TV5 welcomes its newest kapatid, Julia Baretto. What has she been up to? MJ Marfori with the story.
Julia Baretto has been busy lately. Julia just joined the ranks of the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary, just like boyfriend Gerald Anderson.
That event just happened last week. I am supposed to meet with them this week so that we could brainstorm with projects that we could do. But definitely, like, one of the things that I really want to do with them is the coastal cleanup.
She's also preparing for her primetime comeback on television. At the Kapatid Network, Julia is headlining Di Na Muli, produced by Signal and Sari Sari Channel, together with Viva Entertainment and TV5. Di Na Muli tells the story of Yana, who has the ability to determine a person's lifespan just by touching their hands. It's Julia's first major television project in 3 years. She will be paired with longtime friend Marco Gumabao.
The biggest factor in our friendship is that we're good listeners and we don't judge each other. No judging.
Also joining the cast are Marco Gallo, as well as the iconic 90s love team Angelo De Leon and Bobby Andrews. Di Na Muli premieres on September 18, 8 p.m. on TV5 and September 19, 7 p.m. on the Sari Sari channel. For News 5, MJ Marfori, we are One News.
Here are the stories to watch out for later today. Senator Ping Lacson and Senate President Sotto will finally have their official announcement of their candidacy for next year's elections. PDP Laban will have its national convention to be presided by President Duterte. And COMELEC begins its test run for internet voting for overseas Filipinos. And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us again later at 1 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We're One News.